Welcome back, JAGs. I'm Aubrey Wormke, and we've got all the updates you need for Johnson High School. This is JAG TV. For any students looking for more help with school or at home, there is now an online tutoring resource available. Joseph tells us more.
Despite a return to a more normal school year, calculus teacher Brenda Vonyek has retained elements of virtual learning within her curriculum.
So this is the first year that I'm offering the evening tutoring on Zoom. A lot of kids have practice after school. They're not able to come in after school, so I thought it would be better to do the evening one on Zoom. That way people after practice could come in and ask questions, or they have to be out for an extended period of time. That also gives them an opportunity to get some help.
Vonyek offers tutoring from 8:30 to 9:30 every Tuesday and Thursday night, but now the district has begun offering their own solution, open to all students.
The tutoring piece is the one that is open to everybody at evening from 6 to 8, Monday through Thursday. To start with, it's going to be one-on-one. So yes, you could be in a waiting room waiting for your turn.
Students will log on to Google Meet using their student account to attend after-hours tutoring. For students under quarantine, other options are available.
Students under quarantine also have the ability to get what's called remote conferencing. That is during the day from 9 to 1:30. It is only available to a student that is under quarantine through the clinic. In that case, an email is sent to you with that link for 5 to 10 days, depending on how long you're in quarantine.
Although all three of these methods of tutoring may seem different, students should know none of them are necessarily a requirement.
Since we have the computers that we have, I can share my screen, the kids can share their screen. I can write on the screen where they can see it, so I can work the problem out as we talk it through. Honestly, I do it just because I want to give that opportunity. It's not a requirement.
For JAG TV, this is Joseph Sweeney.
The recent stealing and vandalism of items in the bathrooms, with a bit over $1,000 in damages, has caused many of the bathrooms to be locked down.
Just to kind of monitor those a little bit closely. And one of the biggest issues, one of the biggest reasons we did that is we have so few custodians. If we have all our bathrooms being vandalized, they just can't keep up with that, plus their normal duties as well.
The upcoming PSAT testing provides a great chance for students to both practice for the SAT and have scholarship opportunities. And taking the time to prepare can really be helpful. Social studies teacher Cynthia Dubose is making sure students have some practice all semester long.
The number one way for students to improve their scores is to go to something like Khan Academy or you just type in for practice PSAT. And it's really just more hours of practice equals better scores. And so if you kind of start now, by the time you're a senior, you've had more time to practice. So if kind of practicing, kind of setting a goal of 30 minutes a week or something like that is a great place to start.
Interested in taking your career path to the next level? Taking a CTEC course might be for you. Rain has the details.
I'm thinking about becoming a pharmacist.
You know what? I want to be a dental assistant.
I'm a welder.
Some students have already begun preparing for their career path. And if you want to take your future to the next level, taking a CTEC course might be for you.
We actually practice with real equipment, and we have technology that they actually use in the real dentist office.
If you're interested in even the slightest bit, do it, just because it'll prepare you in ways you probably didn't think you would be.
Students from all NEISD high schools come together on the CTEC campus to learn about what's possible after graduation.
It's a fun, loving community. It's never boring because you're surrounded with people that actually are interested in what you're doing.
And not only is the experience fun, but you get certified in your career choice.
It gives us experience to become a pharmacy technician, and we get our certification at the end of the year.
It'll get you certified in the real world. As soon as you get into the classroom, it's hands-on, like get it real quick.
Medical and tech courses are required before you can take a CTEC course, so be sure to start planning now if you're interested. For JAG TV, this has been Rain and James.
This year, more students than ever have been interested in learning more about Japanese culture and language. Chrissy and Itzel have the details.
While a world language credit is required, students have found that language classes offer more than just language instruction.
Learning a different language in general is a powerful asset. Whenever you learn a different language, it really opens your world to so much more.
Dr. Kato, who only recently began being on campus full-time, likes to share Japanese culture and language with American students.
Well, the reason I decided to go for a full-time here at Johnson because the number grew up, and I used to have level 1, Japanese level 1, just one class. Now that I have 3 full sections of level 1, it increased a triple.
Being here full-time means more time with her students.
I can provide more tutoring, those who really need help. And I can be here all morning, I can be here all afternoon. So that's a good adjustment. I think students can come see me to get some help.
Students who don't know anything about Japanese won't have a hard time adjusting.
Learning Japanese with knowing absolutely nothing, I thought was going to be really hard because you have to learn the characters and such, but Kato-sensei made it really easy for me to comprehend.
Learning foreign language comes with its benefits.
Well, let's say just here in Texas, you're an English speaker, obviously, because you're in America. But if you also spoke Spanish, then there's so many more opportunities.
For JAG TV, Chrissy Conley and Itzel Lara.
The campus just earned the Purple Star designation as part of the Student to Student program for welcoming military-connected students. Sponsor Sierra Stewart shares what it means for students.
Essentially, when people are transferred or get new orders to come to San Antonio in our area and they come to our school, they normally look for military resources to find what types of student services we offer, whether or not we have groups for people who are deployed, the students, so that they are able to kind of have conversations with other students that understand their struggles.
This year, NEISD is offering brand new classes that you may not have heard of. Karen and Alejandra have the details.
Mexican and African American Studies are now being offered as electives on campus.
Mexican American Studies is a humanities-based course, so it's part history, part culture, part art, part writing, and basically we look at the Mexican American experience throughout the course of American history.
We cover essentially the history of African Americans from pre-colonialism in Africa, and then we get into more of the U.S. history aspect of African Americans, and we go all the way through until present day.
But these classes are not like typical history courses, as Mexican American Studies focuses on independent learning.
Well, we do a lot of research-based assignments, so I think my favorite one has been the one we did this week about the Latin American women. It's not like a lecture-based class. We get to learn on our own, and we have to actually work to learn.
And African American Studies focuses on learning from a different perspective.
First, learning about your history, your background, that's very important. I think everybody should get a chance to do that. So the fact that we actually got a class where we can learn and process and take in and put out and teach other people is a really good experience.
Despite covering different topics, both Mexican and African American Studies teach students how to appreciate different cultures.
We make connections to our own experiences in the class, and so we want to have those conversations about what unites us in our American identity and celebrate those things that are unique about us as individuals.
For JAG TV, this is Alejandra and Karen.
Students with later lunch often have relied on vending machines for snacks, though this year many of the machines are not working or gone. Elijah tells us more.
With more students being on campus, people are starting to realize what happened to the vending machines.
And I mean, you can get snacks on their lunchtime, but it ain't the same as the vending machine snacks, you know?
Every day, you already know, eating out of the vending machines, really sad. Wish they come back.
It sucks, bro, to be honest. Like, I miss like, you know what I'm saying, go to the vending machines, getting the little snacks I like.
I don't like the vending machines now because half of them don't work.
Those little bars, like, them little, you know what I'm saying, the animal crackers, bro. Like, I'm not playing, I got everything.
The water don't taste good.
I got like 5th period lunch, and I'll be hungry like all through the day.
The power rate is not hitting like it used to.
Honestly, the vending machine,
big loss.
Big loss to the school.
Community, a lot of money being lost there.
We could have got some snacks, some waters after basketball, baseball, then sports.
Anything, honestly, it was
big loss.
Big
school,
loss.
You know?
Big L.
Suck.
I like the snack ones because I used to eat all the snacks. Now I'm hungry.
I don't know how I feel about them taking away the food machines, but they need to take them back.
We learned that NEISD is now using a new snack vending machine. A new machine should have arrived on campus. But until then, you better just pack a snack.
Rest in peace, vending machines.
For JAG TV, this is Elijah Henderson.
There's a new tradition this season that's helping build relationships between athletes and teachers, both inside and outside the classroom. Catalina and Sophia have more.
You've seen teachers sporting jerseys on Fridays. That is because of football coach Bruce Young.
I wanted to start this tradition of the volunteer teacher coach just so we could get more teachers involved, and so the teachers could kind of see their students in a whole different light.
I think it's absolutely awesome that student athletes give jerseys to teachers. This is the first school I've ever been in that does anything like that. So when I was asked about it, I got really excited because I love being part of the culture of the school.
Teachers aren't the only ones who enjoy this new tradition.
I like giving it to Ms. Burks because she makes class fun. It gives us something to look forward to on game day, and it really makes a teacher's day when you give them your jersey.
Not only is this a fun experience for everyone, but it also strengthens teacher-student relationships.
I think it definitely does help the relationship between teachers and student athletes, because now you get it on a different level besides just learning. You get to the level of, hey, I respect your work and you respect my work.
The dynamics between a teacher and a student athlete can be strained at times because the outside commitments. It's really cool that student athletes are able to think of bringing their academic teachers into those extracurriculars.
Alongside the new jersey tradition, Coach Young also brought a new teacher coaching program to the season.
Our coach program is working really, really well. In fact, we had Miss Haynes out there yesterday at practice.
This sideline coach is kind of new to me. I think it is a great way to boost morale amongst your teachers and amongst the student population.
I think the kids really enjoy seeing their teachers get involved, especially at the games.
You know, the kids in there getting all hyped up and seeing the coaches get fired up. I think we could use a lot more tradition here at Johnson.
For JAG TV, this is Catalina Lopez and Sofia Mendez.
Homecoming is a week away on October 2nd. Tickets can be bought throughout this week for $25 and will be $40 on Saturday at the door.
So this year's theme is Surf's Up, and come out, it'll be a great time.
And now, here's Brian bringing you JAG Sports.
What's up, Jags? This is JAG Sports. We'll see what's happening on the court or on the field in athletics. We got football and volleyball action, tennis results, and some big wins for cross country. In cross country, both girls and boys placed first at the NEISD Invitational and followed up in Corpus Christi at the Islanders Splash Invitational, with Riley Surratt placing 7th for the girls and Max Palacios placing 3rd for the boys. And back on the court, in volleyball, the Jags took on the Rattlers on Tuesday, losing in 3 sets, losing the first set 25-20 and both the second and third 25-21. One of the night's highlights was the football team showing up with their support. The Jaguars bounced back against Lee, winning in 4 sets, winning the first 25-11, losing the second 24-26, then winning the next 2 25-19 and 25-11. Next week they face off against the Madison Mavericks. Johnson's football team faced off against MacArthur last Saturday. The Jungle, as always, showed massive support, and the Jags ended up winning 45-0 and staying 4-0 in the season. One of the highlights of the night, Ben McCreary received a handoff from Cruz Kurtman, got right to the defense, and ran it home for a touchdown. In another highlight, Keller Messer received a punt at the 50 for a punt return, extending Johnson's lead to 42 at the half. Tomorrow they take on the Brandeis Broncos at Hero Stadium at 7 p.m. That's also the Peanut Butter Bowl, so if you're going to the game, be sure to take a jar of peanut butter and support the Jags. If you've made it out to any freshman games this season, you may have noticed the unique recruits the Jags welcomed to the team this year. Freshman girls Sherry Scott and Cara Rosado. Jaden and McCaslin caught up with Cara to find out more about her experience on the team.
Cara started out the season combating some feedback she knew she'd get, but she uses her positive mindset to push through.
The challenges that I face are the boys discriminating me because I'm a girl, and then I'm always getting backlash because I'm a girl. Like if they tell me I can't do it, I just say, okay, watch me, because that's the kind of person I am.
However, as her football journey has progressed, the team and others have shown their support.
It's more widely accepting this year than it was last year. This year is like, oh cool, there's a girl.
They played in middle school and then they came up here, so we let them in open arms.
The girls are like, oh yeah, you're my inspiration, I love you. But some of the boys are like, oh, you're a girl playing football. Cool.
I think at first they were a little bit taken back, but then once they saw the girls get in there and do the same drills, they pretty much treat them like little sisters right now.
For Cara, the love for the game is far more than just the anomaly of a girl playing football.
I love the physical side of it, the aspect of like tackling, and I love staying fit with people.
What's really cool about it is they enjoy the competitiveness about it. They want to do the same things that the boys are doing. And they're getting better just like any other football player. And we treat them that way.
Cara hopes that others that come after her will be willing to do what they want, even through adversity. And not just in football.
I think it's important for all teenagers to do what they want to do and not what society tells them to do. These two in particular, they love all kinds of things.
So that I could be an inspiration to young girls who maybe want to do this but are afraid. But it all depends on whether or not they will choose to do it or choose to let other people tell them they can't.
They are definitely blazing a trail.
For JAG TV, this is McCaslin Sparrow.
And finally, the JAG tennis team met the Madison Mavericks on the courts, winning and staying undefeated in the process. Senior Aaron Bailey won his 10th game, and up next they take on the Rattlers tomorrow. And that's it this week, Jags. We'll be back next time with more JAG action.
Don't forget to get your tickets for homecoming. That's all for this week from our studio at A128. See you next time.